the invisible force. You think you understand power, my friend? Many people have asked me about the force behind my 1-inch punch and the quickness with which I strike. But what if I told you that the greatest force I've ever discovered cannot be recorded, photographed, or seen at all? The most powerful forces in our cosmos are invisible. The wind that smashes mountains. Oceans move due to gravity. They remain hidden from our eyes, yet their authority is absolute. Hong Kong, 1963. I'll never forget that moment as incense smoke swirled across my training area. I saw something that changed all I knew about martial arts, a profound secret that I have kept hidden until today. Not because it was hazardous, but because few people were prepared to understand. But my friend, you're here now. Empty your cup of all you believe you know about power. What I found that day changed more than just my martial arts. It exposed the root of all human potential. That morning in Hong Kong started like any other. For years, I had pushed my body to its maximum limit. Every muscle, every movement, refined over thousands of repetitions. But perfection still eluded me. As I sat in meditation, I saw something strange. My breath, it changed. Not just the rhythm, but the sheer essence of it. You see, my friend, we breathe every second of our life. Yet we never really notice the breath itself. In that moment, I felt something extraordinary, something that contradicted my years of martial arts training. The ancient masters talked about Kai, but this was different. Modern martial arts have become concerned with the external, with visible form, technique, and power. But here I was, witnessing something that opposed all I had learned. The less I attempted to control this force, the stronger it got. Every martial artist wants to get stronger, faster, and more powerful, but they are all staring in the wrong direction. They're like someone looking for the wind and attempting to grab it with their hands. This force that I discovered could not be grasped. It could not be coerced. It needed to be allowed. And that, my friend, was only the beginning. Now, listen closely, because what I'm going to say contradicts what most martial artists believe. The key I discovered did not include adding additional methods, strength, or speed. It was about identifying the gap between all of these things. You see, between every thought, movement, and breath, there is a moment of pure possibility. The Japanese masters refer to it as ma, or nothingness. But this nothingness encompasses everything. This emptiness, like the space between musical notes in a symphony, contains true power. I discovered conscious unconsciousness, the state in which your mind acts like still water, reflecting without thinking, and responding without planning. This is what sets my martial art different. Not the speed of my fist, but the silence preceding the punch. Not the strength of my kick, but the space from which it originates. The greatest power comes from giving up the one thing most fighters cling to control. When you learn to access this condition, my friend, you become as effortless as gravity itself, unstoppable. Let me tell you about something that happened during my private training session. A pupil who was very competent and physically powerful challenged me to demonstrate this unseen force. He was skeptical, you realize. He, like many others, relied solely on what his eyes saw. I asked him to deliver his heaviest punch at me, but instead of blocking or escaping, I just existed. My body responded without thinking or intention, like water flowing gently around a stone. His strength became mine. His force vanished into nothingness. Do you know what I'm saying? This is the same force you have right now. Feel your breath while you listen to my words. Consider the gap between your thoughts. The calm you experience is not weakness. It is purely potential. Your consciousness can learn to move between form and formlessness, just as water can flow gently in a stream or smash with the force of a tsunami. Fighting becomes easier once you comprehend this fact, my friend. Movement becomes inevitable. You stop trying to be powerful and instead allow power to pass through you. What I learned that day in Hong Kong was more than just a martial arts skill. It was a global law. The ancient Tao gurus were well aware of this. Even contemporary physics confirms this. Reality's fundamental nature is found in the space between matter rather than in matter itself. Allow me to tell you about my last real fight. My opponent was bigger, stronger, and known for his destructive strength. Everyone anticipated a hard struggle. But at that moment, I remembered the empty cup. Most combatants want to fill their cup with skills, strategies, and force. However, genuine strength resides in being entirely empty, like the space in a room that makes it functional. I went into that fight with no thoughts, expectations, or ego. Nothing except total emptiness. Seen, untouchable, yet undeniable. The combat ended in seconds. However, most people are unaware of the following. This power isn't limited to fighting. It is the fundamental definition of human potential. The ability to become nothing equals the ability to become anything. Remember what I asked you in the beginning. What about unseen forces? You now understand. The strongest force is within you, in the space between your ideas, in that pause between times. It has always been there, ready to be discovered. Tonight, while you're alone, be still. Feel the distance between your breaths. Consider the quiet between your ideas. That void contains what I discovered, the source of all power, potential, and opportunity. You see, my friend, the ultimate secret isn't becoming stronger than others. It's about being empty enough to allow your true power to flow through you, like water making its way through stone, as if the wind were forming the mountains, like gravity moving oceans. Become one with the invisible power. This is my gift to you. Use it carefully.